Anybody can run for the board. Any individual member of CO Limited can run for the board. And for me, we're looking for people who are passionate, people who care deeply about community organising, and they have a strong vision for the whole growing network and for the growing membership. Now, what I'm saying is that individual may have a strong vision, but that vision has to be built on the whole membership. So it's not just about one person having a vision for the whole organisation, but it's about the board genuinely listening to the views of the wider membership and then using that to inform the vision. So it's about people having a big vision, but it's also about how that big vision is informed by genuinely listening to people and the membership of CO Limited to inform the destination of the organisation.
Yeah, different people for a start. Obviously now we're able to elect people and stuff, which is brilliant because that's something we were aiming to do. So we've got different people around the board. We're far more about the strategic long-term vision and approach rather than genuinely some of the day-to-day stuff, which is where we were. And before that, it was almost like carving out a role. Like, what is this idea of a legacy body going back to 2012 was built in. So, what does a legacy body look like? Then how do you keep a legacy body going? And then ultimately, like, where do we see this entity that is CO Limited in the future? So it's a bit different like that.
Well, I think that every member should consider it seriously because it gives you an insight on what is happening behind the scenes. It gives you a voice to be able to put your opinions and expand your understanding of what the organisation is about.
So I would encourage people to run for the board because it's really exciting to be part of a decision-making process and to be involved with people like Nick who make incredible decisions on how we can make the organisation bigger and better. So it gives you that experience. It's also interesting to see what goes on behind the scenes, and it's really good for a development point of view. It's nice to come and meet other organisers as well, and it's nice to have your input on something that's much bigger.
If you're a passionate person, this is a great network to consider being on the board of, especially if you work in a poorer area, it's not well resourced, you haven't got everything you need. Yeah, come and see how the other half live, but come and see how people are very imaginative with what little they've got, and you'll get a chance to visit different places. And the biggest important thing is joining up with other people and seeing, oh, actually, I thought I was unique or lonely and doing this on my own, but actually there's a whole big, massive network out there to support you.
I think that nearly everyone should consider running from the board because it's not just about personal development, it's about being able to be part of a grassroots organisation that really, really wants to promote social action and change, and it's better to be part of it and working within it to actually change because you feel like you've influenced some of that change, and you also learn loads of skills. You get to see all of the social action hubs or other organisations up and down the country that you wouldn't normally get to see if you're not on the board. You get to meet loads of great people, see what people are doing in their area, so it's just nice to really network with people as well.
I think going from my personal experience, I've learnt so much just from being in the presence of the other board members. You're working in partnership with organisational members, individual members, finance, admin, communications and the CEO, so you get to hear firsthand, the thoughts and the ideas and the visions of where the direction of community CO Limited is going in.
I think one, you've got to be passionate about it, really. You've got to be invested in it. If you're not going to be invested in it, don't bother, because actually, you get to see some great places like Rotherham, Stockport, the Wirral, so there's not a huge amount of glory in terms of that. It's great to see real people in real places. But it's like some people think, when I'm at work, they'll say, you're going away again. I'm like, yeah, but we've got some really important stuff to do. So if you're invested in community organising, if you're really passionate about people and communities, it's worth getting involved in. If you're not, don't bother.
It's people who really genuinely care about this network. The skills, you don't need to worry about the skills. If you've never sat around a board table before, that's absolutely fine as well, because we can talk to you about what that's experienced and what the experience of that is, and we can work with you to explain what it's like to be in a board meeting. But it's the genuine passion and the belief that's the most important thing we're looking for. not the skills that people hold, but it's that ability to have a genuine passion, a genuine belief, which will keep us rooted and connected to the communities that we're working with.